Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Our today's topic is basic Docker. So uh, before jumping into the coding section, I try to explain that what is a Docker and why we need Docker. So after this session, I'm going to show you the basic coding portion, that how you create your own uh, Docker applications. Okay, so now in today's day by day deployment and development, Docker is really a useful stuff. Most of the applications are going with Docker. Basically, if you think about any Python based applications, machine learning based applications, and so on, so maximum going with the Docker. Even that in OpenShift, Red Hat came with Protman. That's also a similar version of Docker containers. So basic uh, basic thing of a Docker is providing virtualization. Okay, so first thing that's really important, that is why these virtualizations is important. Virtualizations is important because you are easily create a different environment for your different applications. Now most of the services that are used actually, it's all at the microservice based maximum. Okay, nowadays it's microservice is really on trend on in term of development. Okay, so uh, basically if you think about a microservice based development, then what happened in microservice based development, say you have this, say number one application, this is another application, and so on. So here is we have another application, say it's n. Okay, so we have n number of application. Okay, so you can say it's m number application. So we have a number of application, and here is, say we have another uh, UI application or any API application. Okay, now for a normal flow or normal development process or normal application process, this application is actually communicate with all of this. Okay, now if you think about that, if you have n number of application and you need to deploy them, so you need n systems. But using a help of Docker, you can easily implement it or deploy it on a single system by creating virtualization. So that's the main plus point of this Docker movement. Okay, so uh, so actually I'm going to explain you what is the actual scenario. Okay, say my first application, is a Java application, Java REST. You are building it with say it's have these different features, say it's have a Spring Boot. Okay, and it's with JPA, it's communicating with, say, SQL. Okay, MySQL or any SQL. Okay, now say our second application is Python Flask application, also a REST, and use Mongo. Okay, similarly, say our nth nth number of application is working with, say, fast API, uh, also having TensorFlow and some pickle with, say, graph database. So actually this first application is communicating with its own required DB. This one also have its own required DB, and this nth application also. So deploying these all of these applications in a single system or in a single server, it's really complicated. There is a hazard cannot be happen with all of this version. Even that's a Python version, here I can mention that easily. It's might be a case that the Python version here I can say that it's 2.7, it's 3.8. That might be a case. Okay, in daily base development or any cycle, we can see that it's a legacy application. It's developed like, say, 5 years ago, and it's based on Python 3.2.7, and it's the latest application based on 3.8. So if we want to deploy this 3.8 over this, and there is so many process you need to create. You need to create different virtual Python environment, and one by one you need to do this. So solving this chaos, actually we can easily use Docker. Now I need to explain that what Docker is actually doing. Now actually we need to understand that what is actually the Docker is doing. So basically the Docker actually for creating that multiple services based on Docker, you need a file that called, or you need a process that called Docker Compose. Okay, it's really important to understand Docker Compose. So a Docker Compose is basically written like in this way. You need to mention that the version of your Docker Compose. So the reference is already available in Docker site, so you can check that what are the versions are available. So the latest version I think available is 3.8. Okay, so you need to first mention your version, then you need to define your service. Now in services, whatever the services you want, you can define that in this manner. Say I need a Java application first, so I say it's a Java app, and here I need to add some tag. Okay, so basically this tag is used to mention that it's a Docker base, or it's a pre-built image that available over the Docker file. If it's a pre-built image that available in Docker hub, or it's a repository in Docker hub, you can just mention here image and your hub name. Okay, but if it is your application, your custom application, so you need a Docker file, and you need to mention your Docker file here under a tag that is called build tag. Okay, so in this under this build tag, you actually need to mention your Docker file. Okay, so for that you may need to mention your context. That context is actually the file location or your application location, so you can mention here context. or if you're not mentioning any context, you can use file path, okay, for this. Or here you can you mention your docker file. Say my docker file is under a directory, say abc, so I mention that slash abc slash docker app dot docker file, like that, okay. So based on that, you can mention multiple services. Like if I needed to design any python app with running with parallel, so I can mention that python app and do the same, okay, with the build, okay, I can mention. And whatever the port I need to open here, I can easily do that by adding some export or port options, okay. So you can check that over the docker documentation, you can easily find out all those ports, okay. In my next video I can share the detailed docker file by design the custom application, I can share that, okay. Now you need to understand that this docker file actually the most important file for creating your custom application, okay. So what is in this docker file? So in this docker file, actually you are taking some base reference images, okay. So base image, that's really required, because say you have operating system, okay. This is your server, or say AWS environment, and here you need to run 3 or 4 applications, or microservice based or any kind of distributed application, multiple services application, those requires multiple environments. So say it's your one application, it's your 2 applications, all are going to be deployed here, and all these contained separate operating systems, okay. Most of the cases the developers are going with different kind of Linux, like Ubuntu or Alpine, okay, most of the cases, okay. For the robust, the people are more prefer with Red Hat, but for Red Hat you need to jump to Podman, okay, that is the best, okay. If you want to use Red Hat, you must, not must, it's typically good if you go with Podman, because and use this image also Red Hat, okay. But in normally most of the cases, this base image, this not this base image, this server image is actually Ubuntu or kind of different kind of Linux, okay. So if we go with this, we need a base image, okay. So for that, like in a docker file, so I'm here writing as a docker file. So in docker file we can write that from Ubuntu say 20. So writing this means I am taking the image of Ubuntu from where? From Docker Hub, okay. Then say my application folder where I have my own Python application, it's in a directory say called in a folder say called, I can say that it's an app directory. Under this app I have src folder, and under this src I have my Python app, okay. So what I am doing, I am just doing some Linux command like copy dot slash app. This means whatever present in this Docker directory, dot means it's referred that Docker directory, whatever there, it's try to copy this. Also this app folder is containing my Docker file, okay. So here I can say that it's app Okay, so under slash app we have Docker file. So in Docker file we am taking that dot slash app, means copy dot slash app, means it's this Docker file root directory or Docker file parallel directory. We need to copy everything to the app directory of this Ubuntu folder, this Ubuntu OS, sorry, this Ubuntu OS. Okay, so under this Ubuntu you can we can define some working directory here with the working directory command in Docker file. So what happened in your Ubuntu, it's create a folder app, and it's copy whatever the Python codes you written, it's copy that, or whatever the Java codes it's written that. Okay, now it's using a run command you can do that, pip install -r requirement.txt. so here also we have this txt file under app directory. So what happened, so whatever the Python dependencies you are there, it's automatically going to install on this Ubuntu, and it's create your own Python environment for this app. Okay, after writing this Docker file, there is a command that is under Docker compose. You can write that sorry, color is really bad, so I can write down here that Docker compose build. Okay, so when I run this Docker compose build, actually from this Docker compose file our Docker actually start building these images. Okay, if everything is fine without any error, it's build that. And to run this we can do that Docker compose up. So when you run this Docker compose up, it's actually up all those containers, or I need to mention that this single service in Docker, it's called a container. So it's a container, so whatever the container number of containers, it's up automatically. Okay, by running Docker ps you can easily check that what are the containers are actually running. Okay, and after completing all of this using Docker push, you can push all of your images to the Docker hub. Okay, so that portion, by uploading, how you upload your images to the Docker hub, everything I can share in my next video. So this is my basic video, okay, to give you the basic understanding about Docker. So if you have any queries regarding this understanding, you can drop me some comments. I will really give you that answers. If you like, please like and subscribe my channel. I am continuously trying to post with new technology stuff. Okay, I hope you are enjoying my channel and my videos. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.